Let's just real quick, we'll get to your questions in just a second. We just want to get real quick to the idea here that as we look at the next, what is it, 6 weeks or so till the end of the year, there's a real strengthening in the physicality of ascension. That sense of becoming more aware of how the body interacts with the raised vibration, with the increased consciousness, with the further awareness, with even the thing that the guardians or the visionaries were just talking about. This sense of the body becoming awakened, or your awareness of the body becoming more awakened. Because of course we've told you, you do not, if you have a body, it's because you need one, or else you wouldn't have one, right? We can all agree with that. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is when you have a body because you need one or you wouldn't have one, and you go many, many years of sort of having it complain and hurt and do these various things that kind of drive you crazy, and then we say, okay, start ensouling your body, and your soul goes, yay, body, fun, this is new, let's do this. It wakes up your body in ways that you, not connecting to your soul's perspective, haven't experienced. So if you're finding yourself more aware of your body, more aware of your body's processes, more aware of things that have mattered to you or didn't matter to you before but matter to you more, if the way you're eating or the way you're aware of your food or the way you're aware of even your skin and your hair, all those sorts of things start to become a little more alive in you, don't be surprised. Because as the soul comes in, the soul's going to have a further experience of your sensory system. Just as you're having a further experience of your soul's wisdom, your soul's having a further experience of your sensory system, right? Because you've got the body, it's got a bunch of information. As you combine those two things, it was a surprise sort of to Veronica, but we don't know why, that the body lights up more. We think a lot of times ascension, and we mentioned this before, that ascension is not rapture. It's not out of the body, right? There's always been this idea that sort of once you get to a certain magical point, you get to take off and leave this awful place. And we keep saying, actually, you want to be here or you wouldn't be here, one. And two, you're bringing your soul's perspective in. So as you come in, it's like, woo, more fun things to do. The body's going to light up in different ways. How are these ways going to show up? We don't know. For Veronica, they're showing up in like this different level of awareness about body processes, digestion, primarily. We know some of you guys were talking earlier about the way your vision seems to be changing. Right? So these things make sense to us because as you re-experience your physical body with your soul's perspective connected, the parts of the thing that have been on that automated pilot that the guardians and visionaries kind of referred to, parts of those things that have been on automated pilot aren't anymore because the soul says, whoo, I want to see what it feels like to be in fingertips. You know, and you might be like, fingertips? I haven't felt them in, well, we should do toes because that's the one you guys are like, unless I'm getting a pedicure, they're just down there someplace, right? And I don't think about them. Well, you see us, right? Last week, remember, we were like, ooh, hands. You've all got one of us inside of you, this kind of very curious soul energy that really wants to know everything. Really, really, really. And really, really knowing everything means, ooh, what happens when we eat this? Ooh, what happens when we drink that? Ooh, what happens when we don't sleep for 2 days? What happens when we sleep for 2 days? What happens when we, what happens when we, what happens when we, what happens when we? And on some level, you have to be the one that says, we don't do that. Trust us, we don't go there. But on another level, it's like, well, maybe we do now. Maybe we do. Maybe sleeping for 2 days or not sleeping for 2 days would be different now. Because I don't know what it's like to be me with my soul's energy on board. Like Randy, you said on Facebook today that you went to the eye doctor and your eyes got better, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you didn't know that, so you went and said, are my eyes better? And they were. Right? So that's one of these examples of like, things can change. How far can you push this? We know this is always the question. All right, we tell you guys something, and it's like, oh yeah, come on, book. Give us the rubber meets the road version. Yeah, at least she was honest. Give us the rubber meets the road version. And the rubber meets the road version on this is we do not see that there is a limit to how much influence you can have on the physical form from a conscious, in-soul standpoint. We don't believe there's a limit to it. We believe there's a lot of static and a lot of baggage and a lot of habit between you and that unlimited potential. But there is not a limit on the system. Free will with your soul's perspective, the game was made for this experience. Right? It was set up for something just like this. And all the people that say, I don't want to be on Earth anymore. I hope this is my last incarnation. I really hate it here. It's never been fun. No, I don't have any family. No one understands me. This is never meant to... And we're like, just wait. Because if you imagine that you have never experienced consciously living on the Earth, just remember we went around the circle and we said, what's your favorite part of being human? And half of you or 3/4 of you said nature. Okay. You've seen how we are. Ooh, look at string. Can you imagine? Ooh, look at ocean from that perspective? And it's you feeling it rather than just laughing at us doing it and Veronica going, whoa. You know, we've teased about it many times and you guys have laughed about it, but it's really true. We could seriously spend an hour or 2 or 3 on the fuzz that's sticking out of the front of her jacket right here. No problem. Guaranteed we could do several hours on that. What happens if you take that to the redwood forest? So don't give up on Earth quite yet is what we're saying. And don't give up on being human quite yet. Because you haven't gotten to be Homo Spiritus yet. And when you get to be Homo Spiritus and you don't like it, then we'll have a conversation about, ooh, Earth sucks so bad. I hate it here. Let me off. Whoever signed me up for this? I hate it. I hate it. I hate bodies. I hate Earth. Earth sucks. Earth doesn't suck. Your limited perspective of it may not include the awesome, but it doesn't suck as an entity. Neither do you. Body. Body. The body's so slow to get this change. We really thought this body thing would come on speed much earlier than it has. But we're seeing it now. Always before when we talked about it, we thought it was going to happen, but now we feel it. We're having an experience with Veronica. It's happening. The body thing is happening now. Now remember, body's dense, body's survival instinct, body's slow. It's always been slow. You know it's slow. So don't be overachieving light working on this. Just have a little like encouragement. Okay? They're like, I want to go slow. Who says slow is good? We know. Trust us. We've heard it 1,000 times. Yeah? Body. You guys having body things? Okay. All right, so we should probably have a conversation with somebody who wants to have a conversation. We don't have any sort of specific subject in mind.